everyone, how are you today? I hope that you are in a good condition. So today I'm going to presentations about the article that I've got in the internet. So this presentation to full the final assignment from subject Speaking for Scientific Presentation. So before I'm going to presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Ikoma Anggasila Dharma, and I'm the one of student of ITP Markandeya Bali at English Department in semester 4. So today I'm going to presentation about the article that I've got internet. This is the article information that I've got. The article title is the duties and the role of the parents in education of children, and the writer is Efrianus Ruli, and this article is publication by Jurnal Edukasi Non-Formal in 2020. So in this article, I would like to present the same firstly about introduction, research method, discussions, conclusions, and suggestions. So let's continue. So the first one that I would like to share with you is about introduction of this article. So what are parents? Parent consists of a father, a mother, and a brother and sister. Parents, also known as family, are the individual who guide children in the family environment. Although parents are basically divided into three categories, namely biological parents, foster parents, and step parents. A family is a bond between a man and a woman based on the law and legal marriage laws. Parents are people who have a mandate from God to educate children with full responsibility and with love. And parents or family are primarily responsible for the development and progress of children. Parents are a component of a family consisting of a father and mother and are the result of a legal marriage bond that came from a family. Parents have the responsibility to educate, nurture, and guide their children to reach certain milestones that lead them to be ready for social life. So the responsibility and the roles of the parents. A family is the first unit and the first institutions in society where the relationship contained with it are mostly direct relationship. That's where the individual's development begins, and that's where the initial stage of development are formed and begin to interact with him. He gains knowledge, skill, interests, and attitudes in life. In the family, parents play a very important role because in a child's life, most of his time is spent in the family environment, especially if the child is still under the care of the child of elementary school age, especially the role of mother. So the second one is research method. This article uses the research method is descriptive qualitative. A descriptive method is a method used to describe or analyze a research result but is used to make broader conclusions. The discriminatory method is fact-finding with a fixed interpretation. This type of research is a literature of review. The literature studied was obtained from the internet. The technique of data collection is to listen to and record the things needed for this journal. The data analysis technique uses the data reduction, data display, and drawing conclusions. So next, we are going about the discussion. In discussion, we have three kinds of topic that I have to presentation. First one is the teaching children with religious education. The second one is teaching children with social education. The third one is teaching children with moral education. So the first one, teaching children with religious education. The role of parents in children's education is to teach children religious education, such as teaching children to worship, teaching children to read, and instructing children to take part in positive activity. The role of parents in children's education in the form of religious education in the family religious education is the inculcation of faith into the child's soul, and for maximum implementation it can only be carried out in the household environment. Parents play a role in guiding and directing their children to deepen the meaning of faith. The role of parents in religious education is to provide good example of the power of faith in God and the family. So the second one is the teaching children with social education. In the second stage, the role of parents in this children's education is to teach children social education skills such as teaching children to behave politely, teaching children to love each other, teaching children to greet each other, teaching children to live frugally, and teaching children to establish good friendship with relatives and others, and teaching children to have a fair attitude. The role of parents in children's education in the form of social education in the family social education is an effort made to educate children so that they can adjust to live together. To live together with other people in society, children must be able to adjust to the society around them. In this case, role of the parent is very necessary in educating children about the environment. Providing example of social behavior based on religious principle and the form of teaching children to behave politely. And the third one is teaching children with moral. In the third stage, the role of parents in children's education is to teach children moral education, such as teaching children to be honest and patient. The role of the parents in children's education has not been implemented properly. Parents often allow children who have not done well, lack learning, behave impolitely in front of the guests, fight in front of the guests, often speak dishonestly, and are often angry when the child is abused by their mother. So the next one is conclusion. The conclusion of this article is the relationship between children and their parents has an influence on the development of the child. The child who feels a warm relationship within the relationship between children and their parents has an influence on the development of the child. The child who feels a warm relationship with his parents feels that he is loved and protected and gets good treatment, will usually be easy to accept and follow the habits of his parents and tend to be positive. So the last one is the suggestion. The suggestion based on the conclusion of the research cut. The suggestion based on the conclusion of the research result involves the suggestions are for 1. Parents should become more involved in determining and comprehending how to optimally develop early childhood development so that children can give into individual with high creativity and positive attitude or behavior. And the second one is additional research on the role of parents in early childhood. Education should be conducted with a focus on social status, factors such as parental education level, employment status, and family income. Okay, so that's all about my presentations. And if I have do some mistakes, please give me the apologize. So thank you so much for your attention. Bye bye.